Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gemini Twin Ascension. If you're new, hello. If you've been here before, thank you. Welcome back. Yeah, there's I've been talking to my sister as well. Don't know if you can tell. I know the lighting on this is a little weird, but I did a thing today. The gray is gone. It's darker, and it actually has a little bit of a reddish tint to it, and I actually like it. I haven't told the karmic yet that I've done it. I'm going to wait and see if he actually notices. I don't think he will, but we'll see. Um, I it's been for me a fairly good day. Um, I went and I had a little bit more Christmas shopping to do because we're having Christmas with my dad tomorrow. So I went and picked up a few things that we needed for that all by myself. No karmic, yay! But I've been up since that quarter till 6 this morning. I'm tired. So if you catch me yawning, yeah, I am getting a little bit tired. It's almost 10:30 at night right now. Hello, Ophelia. um, but I do have a little bit of good news where, as far as my friend is concerned, we haven't really spoke yet, but she has unblocked me, and I sent her a message, and I explained to her it was not at my intention for things to happen the way they did, and I reminded her, the nature of our friendship, that a lot of times we will go for extended periods of time and not talk. So I didn't really think there was anything wrong. But, in hindsight, I think when she was reaching out last week that there was something bothering her, and I missed it. And I told her, I said, I am sorry for that. And I said, I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and that she spoiled her grandson even more rotten than he already is, because I know he's rotten. I've met him. He's a sweet little baby. Um, but she has read it, which is a good thing. She hasn't responded to it, but I just wanted to make sure that she knew, that I genuinely was sorry. It was not intentional. I didn't, mean to upset her the way I did, which I know she was upset. I could tell, you know. And the long message she sent me, it was quite obvious that she was upset. So I wanted her to know that I was genuinely sorry that that happened. Um, and we'll see how it goes. Give her some time, and I'm not going to push. I spoke what I needed to speak. I know she's read it, and the fact that she and Ophelia even pointed this out, that she clicked accept on it to let, because she didn't have to. She could have read it, because when she blocked me, it removed me from her friends list and put me into the in kind of like the spam request thing on Facebook Messenger. So she actually did click accept to actually let me know that she did read it. So that is a good thing. Bradley Scout, shut it up. Yeah, my two younger boys just got home a little while ago, so the dogs are a little riled up right now. Um, but this is going to be a, hopefully, fairly quick read, because like I said, I've been up since a little before 6 this morning. Went and did some shopping, and it was extremely, extremely peoply out there. We'll say that, because oh my god, everybody, you know how it is if you go shopping. That right after Christmas, everybody's trying to get those, discounted deals and all that. And I think a few people even took stupid pills today because they forgot how to drive. But I went to um, Bath and Body Works, semi-annual sale, 75% off a lot of stuff right now. And I bought some stuff for my daughter, but stuff for the karmic, because he really likes their body wash, because it's easier for him to use at the mine than standard, you know, shampoo and soap. He's lazy. Yeah, I'll say that. But got some good stuff there. Went to a couple other stores and um, got things for my nieces and my great nephews. Um, but I was ready to get out of that city. I really was. It's just too many people today, and I just did not have the energy to deal with it. We will do a short read. Um, I will do the messages from both and from Spirit tonight. Since the other night when I did it, I just basically did the masculine headspace, heart space, physical, and block. And my cards are really jumpy tonight. And I see why. Okay. We may not be doing a standard reading because this is just we have the Four of Wands, the Star, the King of Pentacles. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, we will do my usual read. That was just it's kind of funny. That karmic is still okay. He's trying, bless his heart. He really, you know, but I've made up my mind. Oh, thank you. This is something the other thing I was wanting to talk about, and thank you for reminding me of that. And he's wanting to speak as well. But I did have a little mini read from another medium last night where she channeled my papa. And he is, to put it bluntly, pissed the fuck off at Karmic for the way he's treating me. And Papa is saying, and for him to be saying this, um, because devoutly Catholic, they didn't, but he's saying, baby doll, it's time. It's not working. It's not going to change. It's time. And um, it was basically confirmation from for what I already knew. Um, and I even went back because I knew I had done, some automatic writing uh, a while back where my papa came through, in my own writing. And it was back in March, and he was saying basically the same things that were coming through from this medium. And she was picking up on things about the karmic, about how he's not being honest with me. He's very bad with money, anger issues. There was a lot of stuff that she actually picked up on, and she could even before I even mentioned, she could tell that I do have gifts of my own that are going to be expanding beyond what they are right now, which I've known that for a while. I just noticed she commented that. So it's it was supposed to just be a little mini read, maybe 30 minutes talking to her, and we ended up talking for about an hour. Um, so we have thank you. What else was there about food that we spoke about? Um, confirmation on something about my youngest son that I've kind of had an inkling on since I was pregnant. Um, my my papa passed in July of 2008, and in September of that same year, I found out I was pregnant with my son, and I just had this feeling from the very beginning that he had met my papa. before coming to me. And I had a little confirmation on that, and I honestly I didn't really need that confirmation because how else do you explain when a 2-year-old looks at a picture that he's never seen before of a man he's never met, points at this man and says, Papa? There's no other explanation than that he has met him. What? No, I'm busy right now. What are you? What? What? I am not logging you in on anything right now. I am busy.
You won't tell me my password.
Password for what?
For my email.
Why do you need that right now? I will deal with it. I will deal with that after a while. I am busy right now. What is it for? Why?
Because we might not be.
Well, that's not important right now, is it? It's not a dire emergency, is it? We can deal with that after a while. Let me finish what I'm doing, and then we'll deal with it. Okay? Sports stuff. He's wanting to log in on ESPN for the championship games. Okay? Maybe. So, but yeah, it was again, a lot of it was confirmation of things that I honestly already knew, and I've said this before. Um, your own intuition is your best bet. You you can consult, any psychic, any card reader, anybody else. Un momento, por favor. It's my 17-year-old. Yes.
Oh my God, Phantom was the best.
Was it?
Yeah. I'll call you in a little bit. I can't really hear anything.
All right, bub. Are you back at the hotel yet?
We're walking back now.
Okay.
All
right. Bye. Okay. He's in Chicago right now with a theater group, and he got to go watch Phantom of the Opera. He said, "Oh my God, Phantom was the best. I'll call you back. I can't really hear you." That's my kids for you. But look, you don't really need to look any further. I am busy. No, I didn't. They didn't have any. I looked in Evansville. I forgot to look at Walmart. Just go. I am busy right now. Uh, but look inside yourself for the answers because nobody else knows you better than you. Nobody else knows what really you need better than you. So, okay. Yeah, we already knew that. Okay, and I think I'm feeling the need to pull another couple of tarot cards. Ah, nice. I just looked at the unicorn oracle that came out for the message from spirit. So I am going to pull one more tarot for all three messages, and then we will get into the readings in 14 minutes. Okay, that's nice. Okay. And it's just like these the cards. I said this in a recent video that I did. These cards are just tools for a focus point, so to say. Um, for well, for me, it right now I rely on them a lot when it comes to reading for others or for the collective. I'm still learning to discern, kind of ego still kind of gets in the way just a little bit. So the cards do help, and like I said, the tarot sometimes you will catch me checking the book just to be on. I get a general feel for them, but sometimes you know the standard meaning for the card needs to be said as well. So I do check because I'm still learning them. Yeah, and I knew that. I just commented that earlier, baby. Okay, that we have for the messages from the masculine, we have the devil and the seven of cups, which the devil is, manipulation, which I actually mentioned this on Emerald Gems Live earlier that I get the feeling that the karmic, you know, my twin's end, is being very manipulative and controlling. And that's why he has not been able to talk to me um, like he wants to. And this thing keeps sliding. I don't know why. Please stay still. Thank you. And there's the confirmation right there, the manipulation. There's situations going on that the masculines are trying to get a grip on. And with the Seven of Cups, it is, feeling overwhelmed with choices, but they know they have to make a choice. It's not something um, that they can be, 1 foot in, 1 foot out anymore. They have to make that decision. They have, they know this. It's either, cut the ties with the karmic, move towards the feminine, or God forbid, move away from the feminine for now. They know that choice has to be made. They can't keep, trying to have their cake and eat it too, because they know it's not fair to the feminine, and it's a very, for a lot of the masculines, it is a tough decision. I mean, not in terms of the love, because there's no other love that compares with their feminine. It's kind of the ego side of it, the things that they stand to lose when once this choice is made, when they make the choice they were that they contracted to make. They know that there's a lot at stake, and it's a very difficult choice. But they know past lives. They know that this connection is what they want. What they want. They know that it's what's right for them. It's just, silencing that ego side of them and letting go of things that they thought they wanted, and going towards the things that they know they want. It's like my twin says, yes, he loves me. He doesn't say it a whole lot, because when he, oh no, no, yes, hello,
Hello?
hello,
Hello?
hello.
Okay, so for lack of better terms, the Phantom of the Opera is by far the best show I have ever seen on stage.
Oh, your daddy's mad at you, by the way.
Yeah, I saw the comments. Just say I got him a playbill. But,
Did you get your sister one?
yes, I got two. One from Canada, one from Canada.
Okay, okay.
But, so, it's a really long story, so I explain it all when I get home. But, so, literally, the second, literally, was so up in 6 times. I was now.
You're cutting in and out, bub.
Yeah, I know, it's Chicago. Alright, I'll call you later.
All right,
Alright, bye.
behave. Love you. Bye. I I love it when he gets so excited about that. Okay, now where was they know the past life connection is there, and they know that that's where they're meant to be, but they have to silence that ego of what they thought they wanted and move towards what they know they want, what is right for them, what is good for them. My twin is here lately has been, complaining. I just want stability. I am tired of the bouncing around because right now his job, they're trying to find um, the best spot for him within the company that will, be good for him, but it will also add value to the company because he is brilliant. He is, they want him going here, there, and everywhere. I mean that goes to show you, he is good at his job, but he's tired of that bouncing around. He wants, that stability. He knows that he's still going to have to travel a lot, but it's the uncertainty of, you know, am I going to be working on such and such type of projects or is it going to be something else? He wants that certainty of, when this type of project comes up, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing, and not, booking the flight, booking the hotels, and then 3 hours later he gets an email canceling the whole thing for the time being. We're putting this on hold. We're going to put you on something else. He wants he wants that stability. So in that sense, he knows what he wants there. But the thinking he knows what he wants in other aspects is what he's having an issue with. But he knows that the choice has to be made. And in the end, Eros, he's going to choose love. He's going to choose, that past life love connection. So there's no worries there because they know that it is a past life connection. They know they love you. It's just difficult for some of them to articulate because in the exact words of my twin, feeling leads to thinking and the thinking doesn't stop because when he allows himself to feel what he feels for me, he starts thinking and imagining, okay, what could my life be like with her? And then it just snowballs, and it is so hard for him right now because he could lose his kids, and I don't want that for him. So we play it, kind of safe and reserved in that aspect. We say it, we say it in so many other ways. That yes, we love each other. So for the messages from the feminine to the masculine, we have where is it? Okay, yeah, we have death, which is major change transformations, and we have the Ten of Swords, which is an end of the cycle. It also says failed plans, but I don't get that. Major transformations are coming. The feminines, some of them are in karmic situations that are coming to an end. They're tired of these cycles of, you know, arguing, love bombing, gaslighting. Oh, I'm sorry, love bombing, promising to change. They're tired of it. They want that better life. And the feminines are telling the masculines they are making those moves to open things up for our own union, with them. And then we have, cycles again. We're fed up with the cycles, but everything has its right time. And it's like that medium that I spoke to last night. Um, my papa come through and he said, baby doll, it's time. It's time. I've felt this from him for so long, and Christmas Eve, I was out there in the house that he built with the woman that he loved until the day he died. He died in her arms. And I could feel it so hard. And thank you, Papa. I know. He's telling me, he said, you deserve so much better. You shouldn't be treated that way. And I know as much as, I bash on the karmic, it would break his heart to hear some of the things that my papa is saying right now because he respected him. He really did. But with my papa, it's time. And God, if he was here right now, the karmic would be in so much shit because he wouldn't just have to deal with my papa. He'd have to deal with my uncles, my mom's brothers, who are all, big guys, 6'3", 6'4", big guys. And oh, he's saying it's gonna be okay. You know who you're meant to be with. Okay, where's my? Did you find my book? Um, I do have my Divine Feminine Oracle out. Um, for a Divine Feminine card from the Divine. How many times can I say that Divine Feminine? In the space of a minute, yeah, I honestly I'm getting tired. It's not that my spiritual energy is draining, my physical body is worn out today. So yes, I think I've told her before. I do believe we have. Yes, I believe we have. Yes, she Sorel. Yeah. Yeah, the Tibetan princess. That was forced. Yeah, she was forced to marry. Kind of what happened to me. I can't say I was forced. At the time I wanted to marry him. I can't say I was forced to marry him. Um, it's basically, it's kind of reminding the feminine and the masculine as well that everything we touch is, we're not separate from the divine. It's talking about, Tantra, that we're both human and divine. Uh, this is the moment to see your gorgeous body as a tremendous gift that it is. It is a moment to realize that there is no greater intoxication than just being fully in your body from head to soul. Yes, she is the call to remember the wholeness of your flesh, the deep wisdom of your that your body contains, and the temple you walk around in every day. The intention is embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. And I know a lot of feminines, myself included, have dealt with. Um, I don't want to honestly say that it's body dysmorphic disorder, although for some it very well could be, but they have a lack of self confidence. And for a lot of us, as we start to find that self confidence, and I see that I do see where my friend is coming from with this. As we find that self confidence, we do put ourselves out there a little bit more. And to those that know us, it can come off as like we're being self centered now, but it's just we have found that confidence that we're not ashamed to show ourselves. We're not ashamed to be who we truly are. And a lot of the feminines still struggle with that aspect. They don't see themselves as the masculine sees them. They don't see themselves as this beautiful, divine soul that was put here to help change the world. They don't see that. And I know I've mentioned this before. I do this a lot. I will go, into the bathroom, in front of that's the easiest mirror for me to get to. I will stand there. I will clear my mind as best I can, close my eyes, few deep breaths to center me, and I'll set the intention, you know, I want to see myself as my twin sees me. And when I open my eyes, it's almost like there's a different woman standing there in that mirror. It's not the same face that I'm used to seeing. And my twin, he's always saying this, he is so happy to have me. He says, "You're good to me. You're too good for me." He doesn't, he thinks that I'm out of his league now. But I've explained to him that a lot of the transformations that he's noticed in me are because of him. After we met, the weight started coming off. And then, we went through that period of separation. And when he come back, I hadn't lost a significant amount, but he could already tell. And that's when he started, offering me advice. And because he knew that I needed the help, that outside of with him, I didn't have that confidence. With him, I don't, it, I let him see me as I am. He's seen pictures of me, when I first wake up in the morning and, hair's not brushed, no makeup. He's seen me crying. He's all into the spectrum, but he still, thinks that I'm beautiful. And so many of the masculines find that hard to articulate to their feminines that that's how they see them. Thank you, babe. Um, but they do see us that way. And once we, you know, they don't necessarily see the face, they see inside. And it's, I know I repeat this a lot, they look beyond what's in front of them, they see inside of us. And the feminines need to get to that point where they see their souls, not just what's in front of them. Because once you start seeing your soul instead, the outer shell is going to change. Um, my sister said this. There's been so many people that have commented this to me that they honestly, there's a light back in my eyes when it comes to, my twin that has not been there for so many years. And he has helped me see beyond this. Yes, I am getting to where I'm happier with my body. There's still things that I'd like to change, but there's some things that are going to be hush, going to be hard to change. And he said, "That's an excuse. We don't do excuses, do we?" Thank you. You either, find a way to do it or you make an excuse. That he's always telling me that. He holds me accountable. He really he helps keep me grounded, keep me from, acting rash a lot of times. And it's just one of the many things that I love about him. And I know I haven't been on this journey as long as some other people have been. It's we've known each other for a little over 2 years now. So it hasn't been that long since we've, come into contact in this life. But it just seems like in that short amount of time, it's like a lot of things that some of the twins have been dealing with for years and years and years. It's like some of, our stuff has been fast tracked to where we've caught up with some of the other twins that have been on this journey for years. And I'm not, I don't understand why. I don't know if maybe it's because we came into this, at a later age in life than a lot of the twins are. They're finding theirs at a younger age. So they have, more time. Whereas my twin and I will admit, I will be 40 in May. So we don't have as much time. So perhaps that's why a lot of, our lessons and everything have been sped up, fast tracked. The separations are shorter and things like that. But I don't know where I was going with that. Okay. Yeah, my human body is getting very tired right now. And I really wish Ophelia would have been able to stay on, but she hasn't been sleeping well either. And she does have work tomorrow, bless her heart. And I've got Christmas with my family, my dad. Well, my dad, my sister, and my nieces. Um, so yeah, I'm excited about that. I actually get along with my sister. Um, I know a lot of families aren't like that. It's like I was telling Butterfly Kisses Divine Goddess earlier. She posted something on her Facebook. I can't remember exactly what it was about the holidays being over, and I commented. I said, "Well, not for me." I said, "I still have one family dysfunction to attend to tomorrow," but um, for the most part, we do put the fun in dysfunctional. For the most part, we do butt heads because yeah, I for a long when my sister was with this narcissistic sociopathic asshat that she was married to before, I called her on, called him on it. I could see, and I'm honestly, I could see it there, but I couldn't see what was right in front of my own face as far as the karmic was concerned. I could see what he was doing. I could see where the relationship was headed, and I kept telling her, and I kept telling her, I said, "This is not healthy. He is abusing you. He is manipulating you. He is, at the time, I didn't know the term for it. He is gaslighting you. No, 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 no. He's, but we always joke that I should have been the older sibling. It's just, it is what, but I told her, and finally things got to the point where she woke up about it. She's like, oh, little sis was right. And she's even said it before. She's told me that a couple of, and I pick on her about it. I love her to death, but I pick on her about it. I had, every once in a while, and what did little sis tell you? But I'm not, she knows I'm coming from a place of love. I'm not trying to rub salt in the wound on that one because that was a bad time for the whole family, to be honest. But we made it through it and come out the other side even stronger than what that mm, thing tried to do to us. So we have messages from spirit to both twins. We have, yeah, here it is again, the Fool, unexpected opportunity. Ophelia, that's kind of geared towards you because I know you're going to watch this later. Or major choice. What was I just talking about with the masculine a while ago? They have this choice that they know they have to make. And this is kind of a little kick in the pants from the divine for the feminine and the masculine. It is time to make this choice. It is time to do what needs to be done. No more, playing both sides of it. No more one foot in one situation. It's time. And if we don't, put a big girl panties on and do what needs to be done, Spirit's going to do it for us. And it's not going to be as nice as we would hope. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, new job, money making venture from existing talent. Um, Ophelia was earlier talking about, trying to find a new job, existing talent. I was actually talking to the medium last night about, the fact that I love to write. And she was telling me, well, you need to start working on that again. And also with my oils, I'm really, going to start pushing that. I need it. I need that income. Um, I'm also honestly debating on biting the bullet and going and taking a factory job just so I can do what I need to do for my kids to get us away from this. But we also have passion. Do what excites you, get fired up about your life, increase your energy levels. Yes, this is, the passion between the twins that is, there's no other comparison to it. You feel it even when you're not with them. Just, talking to them, the sound of their voice, or just having feeling their energy around you. It's, don't do that, please. But, it's not just that. It's not that just that sexual passion. It's your passion for life. Um, that old saying, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. This is what Spirit is trying to push both twins towards, do the things that you're passionate about, that really excite you, that make you want to get up in the morning and do the work. Find what excites you. Um, if it excites you but you don't know enough about it, research it. Take a few classes. Go to the library. Hello, the internet's right here at your fingertips. There's, you know, lack of knowledge. There's no excuse for it anymore. Honestly, you've got the whole world at your fingertips, in your hand, in the computer. There's no reason you cannot learn about what you're passionate about anymore. You're sitting, I know a lot of you in the big cities, you commute on buses or trains or whatever. You're sitting there. You could be sitting there reading, something about what um, you're passionate about. Audiobooks in a car. My twin is big on listening to audiobooks when he travels. There is honestly no excuse for, I can't say no excuse for stupidity, because you can't fix stupid. You can silence it with duct tape, but you can't fix it. But there's no excuse for stupidity in regards to knowledge, learning things that you're passionate about. The more you learn, the more passionate you become about it, and the more you want to push yourself. And that's what Spirit is wanting us to do. Find those things that ignite that spark, that make us happy, and run with it. Majority of the time when we do that, when we take off running with it, the path is going to lead to our twin. But we have to find that passion. We have to find what makes us happy, not just with our twin. I'll always say, my twin is my happiness. No, that's, I don't want to put that responsibility on him. There's a quote from Will Smith about how Jada Pinkett's happiness is not his responsibility. He wants her to be happy on her own. He wants to be able to add to her happiness. Do not put the burden of, you know, your happiness onto your twin, thinking, the only way you can be happy is if you're with them. Because if that's the case, then that's not an unconditional love. You don't, you know, you're only happy because you're with them. That's not healthy. It's codependent is what it is. It You need, if your happiness depends on something else, then that can be taken away at any moment. My kids, I'm not saying I'm codependent on them, but my kids bring me so much joy, but at the same time, they bring me so much stress. But God forbid, I know that they could be taken away. Something could happen to one of them. They could get sick. They could, be in an accident, and yeah, it would devastate. It really would. But I know if something like that were to happen, that my children, I have, I have five beautiful angels, children. I that the one that left us would not want, you know, the four that were still here to be neglected because mommy was sad because one of them left. Um, and this brings me to something. Um, I'm not going to go into all the details on it right now, but it was a conversation I had the other day with someone, and I have finally come to terms with the fact that my spirit daughter is not going to be born. For 10 years now, I have carried that heartbreak in my heart when I had my hysterectomy. 10 years, right after Halloween every year for 10 years, I would just be ungodly, depressed. But I have finally come to the realization that there was reasons why she wasn't born. One, she didn't belong to the karmic, so she didn't want that. That's not my daddy. And I've heard her say that on more than one occasion, and Emerald Jim has heard it as well. But it's not only the fact that the karmic wasn't meant to be her father, but that my twin, his bloodline, they breast cancer in the females of his bloodline is very prevalent. And I know that had she been born and she she ended up with this issue later on down the line when she was older, my twin would have carried the guilt of that because he knows that more than likely it would have come from his side of the family and it would have tore him up. And Samantha says, Mama, I don't want that for Daddy. I'm still here. It's okay. I but I don't want Daddy to carry that heartbreak. So she's here, guiding us, helping. She goes back and forth between both of us. But I was on Emerald Jim's live earlier, and the realization just literally hit me while I was sitting there talking about it, that the sadness isn't there anymore. I understand now why things had to happen the way they did. And a lot of us will be coming to understandings like that about many things that have happened in our lives. Why things worked out the way they did, why things didn't come to us when we wanted them to. And it was I sat here crying because I heard her, Mama, it's okay. You know, Daddy still loves us both. So, and I know that he loves her, and I know because we've spoke about it before. Because I told him about my daughter in spirit, and I told him, I said I have spoken to a medium, and she's told me that my husband is not her father. And although I didn't come right out and say it to him, I know he understood what I was trying to say, that she's his. So on the other side of it, okay, I think it gives him a little bit of solace, knowing that he doesn't get to hold her. He won't get to, first dance, first, walk her down the aisle. There's so many things that, every daddy looks forward to with their daughter that he's not going to get to do. But he knows she's still here. He does have a daughter, and she loves him just as much as if she was sitting here in front of him, talking to him, giggling with him. She has his eyes. I've seen her, and I honestly think this is just coming to me. Let's see what happens when you sit here and talk. When he first messaged me that, when we first started talking, that's what drew me to him. I just realized this. Oh my gosh. That's where I had seen his eyes before. That's why his eyes seemed so familiar to me when he first messaged me, because I had seen them in my daughter. When I woke up from my surgery, she was standing beside the bed crying. It was his eyes those tears were coming from. That's what, oh my gosh. I had spent 2 years trying to figure out why. Why his eyes were so familiar to me. Yeah, I know what I've known for a while, the whole past life connection thing, but there was just, and I know now why. Why his eyes were so familiar to me, because our daughter has his eyes. I have seen them. I had been seeing them for 8 years prior to ever meeting him. I knew those eyes. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh wow. I love you too, babe. Oh my gosh. That is just, and I have said it before that she has his eyes, but I never made the connection that that's why his eyes were so familiar to me when we first met. That's just, thank you both. I knew there was a reason I started talking about you, Sammy Lee. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know if any better way to end this video tonight, because it's going on almost an hour. I've been sitting here talking to myself. Yeah, but that was just you just witnessed a massive breakthrough in understanding for me, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, because I honestly, nothing. about this journey should really surprise me anymore. The understandings I come to, the lessons I learn, none of it should surprise me anymore. But then you have things like this, and you're like, holy fuck, how did I not realize this from the get go? I spent 8 years dreaming of this little girl, looking her in the eyes, consoling her for months after my hysterectomy because she was crying at me. Mommy, didn't you want me? And but I didn't recognize those eyes in him right away. And I think the reason that she acted that way is because at the time I wasn't meant to know that she wasn't supposed, that she actually wasn't supposed to be born, that there were reasons why she wasn't supposed to be born. I wasn't meant to know that. I was meant to, deal with that heartbreak, that sadness, that feeling of being incomplete. Yeah, I've got karmics. Always, well, you've got 5 kids. Can't you you know, be thankful for them? You're not the one that has this little girl. And she won't. I mean, I know he's hurt her in the house just because that's how she is, but she won't talk to him. But he wasn't the one that was spending, sleepless night or not sleep, well, restless nights dreaming of this little girl, consoling this little girl, crying, thinking that, her mommy didn't love her, her mommy didn't want her. 8 years I spent, seeing those eyes looking back at me before, in those dreams, before I had this physical man, the picture of this real flesh and blood man looking back at me. And and it's the same eyes. There's okay, I'm rambling now. I hope that y'all enjoyed this, the reading and all of it, because this is just, I'm still in shock, but I'm going to get some sleep because it's almost 11:30. I've been up since, like I said, 6 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I will get some. You need to sleep. Yes, sir. You gonna spank me for that? Oh, well, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Um, but I hope y'all enjoyed this. Um, you know, just so much love for everybody that watches this. I know there's not a lot of you, but there are the few of you that are consistent about watching, and I thank you so much for listening to my ramblings. But like Ophelia has said, there's method to my madness. It's not as structured as a lot of readers out there. Straight to the point. This is the reading. This is what's going on. This is no. I am an experience based person. I talk about my own, experiences, and 90%, 90, 99% of the time, whatever I'm talking about will feed into whatever is coming out in the cards. So if you can be patient enough to listen through the ramblings at the beginning and, to get to the reading, it's going to be worth it. You just have to bear with me because yes, I talk a lot. I'm a Gemini. I INFP, introvert, but I can sit here and talk to myself for yeah, let's see, almost an hour, 59 minutes and 28 seconds is what it's been now. But you get me in front of a crowd of people, I can't talk shit. But a select few, and I will talk. But there's methods to what I do and the way I do it. And I hope that if you've made it this far in this video, that you understand that. If you don't, personally know me, if you've been watching this, just because you were called to. Thank you, and everybody have um, a happy new year. I'm sure I'll be on before then, but I probably thinking my plans for doing a New Year's Eve live or at least a New Year's Eve video are probably getting shot in the foot because the Army just informed me that he is going to be off work New Year's Eve. So, yay on that one. But y'all have a great night. I am going to more than likely message my sister right quick to tell her a few things because some of this I don't want to talk to her about tomorrow in front of everybody else. Um, and then I'm going to bed. Y'all have a great night. Bye. Oops. I do that every time.